This might sound weird, but can I have some of your fur?
Well, it's quite the way to start a conversation. Why do you want my fur?
I think I could use it as insulation.
But if you want me to keep you warm at night, you need only ask, darling. The Quilichi might have something to say about it.
Right. Well, sorry I asked.
Yatzli, I have a theory.
Oh, do tell.
I believe our souls have awareness independent of conscious thought. Dreams, instincts, reflexes, appetites. These are all facets of our ethereal self. A subconscious, if you will.
Fascinating. Do you have any idea what this subconscious wants?
If I had to guess, my soul has no love of confinement. It wants to escape, to be free.
I assume my soul wants pampering and finer accommodations. But not better company, at least.
My soul just wants to be left alone in silence for once.
For me, it's pie. Pie all the way down.
I feel as if we're scratching the surface of an entirely new field of animancy. If only I had the time to pursue it.
I wish we could have done more for them. Capo and Chico, I mean. But if I were in his shoes, I hope I'd make the same choice. Though I'd like to pick a more fun way to die. Exactly my point. I can only hope that at the end I have some control over things. That I can go out as Yatzli. And don't you forget it. But it gives you something to think about. I mean, not everyone gets to come back like you did, Envoy. Well, that's all I had to say. I'll let you get back to whatever you were doing. Unless there's something else you want to chat about? How can I help, darling? Well, I suppose you've earned that much. And I do enjoy rewarding tenacity. Though between your dreams and mine, it's a wonder anyone gets any sleep around here. You remember that I nearly burned my family home down when I was young? It was an accident, and I paid for it. My parents refused to buy me more spellbooks for years. Well, shortly after all that fuss, the dream began. It started at first with a fire. Just flames, crackling, and a feeling of safety. I thought it was a little weird, but nice. But then the dream kept coming back, night after night. I learned more every time. I saw that it was a fire in a hearth, and that hearth was in an old library. I assumed it was a library, at least, to explain why there were so many tablets lining the walls. Oh, everything from dry historical recountings to treatises on agricultural techniques. No romances, though. Whoever filled the library must have been allergic to them. No, never actively. I had read them all previously, if that makes any sense. That's actually how I learned the Akhedan language. Just woke up with that knowledge. Which is very useful when you can find no written records. In the library, there's just one person, but they're wearing a hood, so I never see their face. They do the same thing every night. They curl up in a chair by the fire, hold a tablet to their chest, and then the fear comes. The paralyzing, all-encompassing fear of something. Just the noise. A low, deep banging starts, and it rattles through your bones and shakes you to your core. and it replaces the beat of your heart with this droning on and on and on until you forget every other sound you've ever heard.
A beat. A beat. Steel feet on the shore. They come by night.
And then, as it just gets louder and louder, and right before it gets there, I wake up.
You've been listening to too many of Giada's ghost stories.
And let me tell you, waking up in a cold sweat does nothing for my fur. How sibilant. It's strange. I've not told many of the details of my dream. I suppose I must like you quite a bit, Envoy. Don't let it inflate your ego too much. I suppose we should try and get some rest now. I'll have some tea ready for when we awaken later.
I have something I want you to drink.
I'm not falling for that again. Tell me what it is first.
Boiled stainwood bark and wasp apple juice. Does wonders for the digestion.
My digestion is doing just fine.
Right. No, you're right. It's probably some other offensive smell coming from something else.
Well, you've done most of the cooking. Go easy on the peppers for a change.
Nothing to be embarrassed about. Just drink the stuff. I made enough for the week.
I'd prefer candied ginger, but thanks.
Right. Yatzli was asking if there were earthquakes earlier than later.
Seeing Capo like that was hard, Envoy. He'd just given up, and we let him do it. It should have been Chico's too. Capo owed them a proper goodbye, instead of just slipping away like that. Got lost in thought. Forget I said anything. And about Capo's secret. I'm glad you kept it. Sharing it would have brought nothing but hurt and confusion to Chico and the others who knew him. I'm glad we could spare them some of their pain. The story goes that a lot of the first arrivals were Rawatayans without other prospects, too low on the ladder to take over the family trade, too poor to learn another. Exactly. Rawatai's an inhospitable environment to say the least, so my people have a proud tradition of seeking our fortunes elsewhere. The Rawatai's got a big navy that always needs fresh blood, and there are plenty of opportunities for large, colorful mercenaries and bodyguards all over Aora. Of course not. We've also got poets, artisans, scholars, traders, you name it, just like anywhere else. But they're not the ones who built Thirdborn. It started as a convenient harbor for pirates and mercs to lie low. Bold, or desperate, fishing crews from Rawatai would follow seasonal catches out here. That tells you something about the people willing to attempt it. Over time, those early arrivals built huts, a proper harbor, and walls to protect them from all the hungry things in the desert. Well, that brought in a steady trickle of veterans, ruffians, trophy hunters, and rugged eccentrics. People looking for fresh adventure, or running from the consequences of their old ones. Your words, not mine. I've got a lot of memories here, and the longer I stayed away, the harder it felt to come back. Until you came along, I thought I'd be able to avoid it forever. Thirdborn's missing a lot of familiar faces. And the youngsters who've grown up and the new arrivals, they seem green. Like they're cut from a different cloth, a more delicate one.
This plague is tearing everything apart at the seams. Healing may take years, if not generations.
Maybe you're both right. Thirdborns only survived because the people were tougher than the wilds. I just hope the people living behind those walls know how to keep them standing. Where to start? It's a huge desert full of sandy wastes, canyons, and highlands. On a clear day, you can stand at one of the overlooks to gaze straight across the great sand sea and see no end to the dunes. Yeah, it's dangerous and stark. A lot like Rawatai, but in a different way. Sandstorms instead of typhoons. Guess that's part of what I liked about it. Familiar, but different. I can take watch. I'll be up a while anyway.
Oh, you might know this, Marius.
I might.
How do you get dust stains out of your clothes?
Just wear clothes that won't be ruined by dust stains.
Wonderful advice for the future, dearie. However, I still have a dust stain on my pants.
Right. Grind up some bone slate, squeeze a few hemp flowers into it, and rub it into the stain like you're trying to start a fire.
I'm glad we arrived at a real answer, finally. Thank you, darling. You're a delight as always.
It's either too hot or too cold. I miss Emerald Stair. no position to argue. She has all the power here. This wizard is making us jump through hoops for her own amusement. Are you certain she can actually help us?
I think it's part and parcel of being an archmage, unfortunately. Maybe she's trying to teach us something.
The archmage could be toying with us. But perhaps there's a reason behind her madness. Something we're not seeing. That statue seems important. An answer in search of a question.
It's probably connected to that village Ryngrim mentioned, so keep that in mind, darling.
Most likely. The head and the hand are gone. What's the significance?
It's even missing its heart. See the open chest cavity? Let's take another look at that book of yours. There once stood a village protected by a statue. It kept the air crisp, the land fertile, and the people safe. For a time, the village prospered. For a time, there was the thought that the winter would never come. But then the statue shattered, and winter did come, and the village could not make a decision to save itself. It looks like she wants us to know this story, so I'm sure we'll find out soon enough. First things first, let's get those statue pieces.
Puzzles are known to sharpen the mind. The archmage must want to hone our senses. Protect the onboard. That's done? Who's hungry?
Child! Play. Walk like a child.
The village was on the verge of destruction, but still they argued.
How interesting. The way it started, it's like he's reaching out or begging.
Maybe it just wants to be held. Either way, it's unsettling.
Archmage truly are inscrutable creatures, aren't they? To meet us. Upward, watch your left.
What's the left? Let's finish this. Speed up!
The village wanted so badly to do the right thing.
You're here for my Adra piece, aren't you? You can't have it!
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you too, dearie.
I'll die without the Adra. Please, don't take it from me. I don't want to die. What statue? What are you talking about? Why shouldn't I have the Adra piece? It's mine.
Interesting. This must be another illusion.
They may be an illusion, but their fear isn't.
I don't know what you're talking about. Just please let me keep this. The other villagers, they want me to give them the Adra piece. They say it'll save us. But if they take it, I'll die. And I don't want to die. Please.
I don't think they can hear us. They're like a song stuck in your head, repeating the same verse.
I don't remember anymore. I was in pain for so terribly long. But the Adra has kept me alive. Don't let them take it away. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Wait. I hear screaming. No. What's happening to the village? Everyone's sick. Oh, gods. No. It's too late. It's far too late. We're doomed. What have I done?
And because the village would not put the statue back together, everyone died, including him.
That poor man. Was he a real person once? Did all that happen to him?
Whether he was real or not, he was put here to prove a point. Either way, it's cruel.
Well, for better or worse, I can't wait to find out more.
We're doing a lot of work to impress someone more powerful than us. I hope it's worth it.
I'm sure they go somewhere. Let's go see where. That poor man. Was he a real person once? Did all that happen to him?
Whether he was real or not, he was put here to prove a point. Either way, it's cruel.
Well, for better or worse, I can't wait to find out more.
We're doing a lot of work to impress someone more powerful than us. I hope it's worth it.
I'm sure they go somewhere. Let's go see where.
Let's finish this. next thing. Yatzli, well done. Gather round.
Walk like a top.
Sometimes cold music is necessary.
Now that we've gotten to the heart of the matter, I believe that's everything.
That ought to be the final piece. Let's be done with this.
It's the lesson, rather than the authenticity of the story that matters, I guess. We've got all the pieces. Quick, quick, put them in. Oh, I want to see how all of this works. And off we go!
Tread lightly. The archmage is expecting us. But that doesn't necessarily mean we're welcome.
We're going into an archmage's tower. It'll all be fine. Or at least exciting.
Oh, you made it. Unfortunately, I still have reading to do. Amuse yourself with these skeletons while I finish this paragraph.
That had better be a really good book.
Is all that noise necessary? I'm trying to read. Never had a chance.
That even hurt them.
I say!
Oh, look at the three of you. It's like something out of a book. A godlike of an unknown deity, an exiled animancer, and a rainbow-colored wizard. All looking for a garden, from what I've gleaned.
It is her. We felt the pluck of her fingers outside our door, searching. For us? Our prison? Who is she? What does she seek?
My little puzzle was very clever, wasn't it? A challenge and a parable, all at once.
We didn't come all this way to stroke your ego, Archmage. We seek answers.
Flattery gets you nowhere here. I want to see what you are on the inside. Too often, mortals like to hide from their own truths. I like them brought to the surface. What did you think I was trying to tell you with the puzzle? Spoken like a war criminal. Well done. Yes, when there is a tectonic shift in history, people always die. The point of the parable is quite simple. Sentimentality is a privilege. The village would have lived if they had chosen to sacrifice one dying soul for the good of many living ones. I hardly know, honestly. When you've lived as long as I have, it's easy to lose track of individual lives. More than anything, the whole challenge was for you to understand how I think. No one truly matters in the long run. Not even me, or the other archmages. It's what we leave behind. What matters is that our lives buy the world more history, more beauty, more time to create interesting things. Do you understand? For conversation with me, primarily. Most people find it difficult to relate to an archmage. And if you cannot do so, it will complicate my attempts to communicate with you. I hope you're not intending to enter the ruins. I won't open the path. I came to the Living Lands because the sickness here, this dream scourge, fascinated me. This plague shouldn't exist. It can't, and yet it does. The essence of the Living Lands is falling into chaos and entropy. It's more powerful than anything I've seen. I suspect it has something to do with how the Adra has been severed from the rest of the world. I believe the answers lie in the ruins, but the essence there is so strong it's blocking my spell work, which has never happened before. Ever. No one enters Naku Kubel until I get to the bottom of this. Sorry. Curiouser and curiouser. What is so special about you, godlike? You have my interest. Show me if you live up to it. Are you? Oh my. I didn't think this was possible. Something I don't already know. I can't believe I overlooked this possibility. A god here, alone, trapped in the severed Adra. This explains so much. My magic being ineffective, the essence here being so intense. And you, godlike, with your unfamiliar appearance. You're the missing key to the lock, sealing Naku Kubel. Don't take this the wrong way, but in a different life, I'd have flayed you for my study. You are a godlike of this strange, isolated, possibly miserable god. A piece of them resides in you. I have no doubt that like will recognize like. You will open the gates to Naku Kubel, and I will study this metaphysical aberration up close. Go! Find your so-called garden. Report your findings to me. Perhaps there is more to this than either of us alone can see. A little, yes. Mostly I'm just pleased that there are still things I'm ignorant of. It's gotten so tedious of late. A good question, with possibly worrying answers.
Severing Adra like this requires mass amounts of essence. The souls of thousands offered up for a singular purpose.
Who knows how many were sacrificed to sever an entire continent? And why? I do intend to find out, though. If there's anything of interest there, I imagine you'll find it. My thanks in return, godlike. It's not often that Kith, or really anything at all, can surprise me. I wish you luck on your journey, if you believe in such things. Just keep in mind that countless dream thralls are on the same path. I'm sure you'll survive. If not, well, lovely to have met you. Let's hope you remain unscathed. And you, Orlan, you seem a clever one. Take my grimoire. It will allow you to dispel the barrier I have set before the ruins. You have talent. Not any mage can dispel my illusions. Perhaps when this is over, we should speak again.
You want to speak again? Yeah, of course. Can't wait.
She gave you her grimoire. Be careful with that thing. Who knows what it can do?
There's no shame in ignorance, Envoy. Only a denial of such. Either way, I do know where they are. The ruins are far in the northwest. The people here have named that area the Deadfall Highlands. No more wasting time. Off you go. Use the teleporter behind me to leave. Or jump, I suppose, if you're feeling grim.
This would make a nice parlor, if you got rid of the corpses.
And off we go! It just happened, right? I didn't imagine it. Ryngrim liked me? And my spellcraft! And she gave me her grimoire. Look, isn't it the most beautiful thing you've ever seen? I just can't believe it. Am I floating? It feels like I'm floating. With Ryngrim's grimoire, I think we can go to the ruins and find the garden.
For once, we've outpaced Ludwig. A rare advantage. I say we use it.
Then there's no time to waste. I must prepare for Naku Kubel. As must you.
Let's hope the ruins are warm. I didn't think to bring a coat.